Okay, students, this is Pythagoras theorem part 2. Now, today we will do some more sums, and especially those related with proving sums. Now, you can see in this sums they told in triangle ABC, angle B equals to 90 and D is midpoint of BC. Now, you have to prove that AC square is equal to AD square plus 3CD square. Okay. Now, first of all, we have to draw the diagram properly. Now, they told angle B equals to 90. So, the triangle will look like this. So, this is B. So, this is A, B and C. And they told D is the midpoint of BC. Now, D is the midpoint of BC. So, that means this is equal to this. And then we have to prove AC square equals to AD square plus 3CD square. AC square is equal to AD square plus 3CD square. Now, now in proving sum, always you have to first think about what is given and why it is given. So you have to reason it out. Now what it is given, that D is the midpoint. D is the midpoint of BC, that is given. And we have to prove AC square is equal to AD square plus 3CD square. So in proving sums, first you have to always think about what is given and then reason it out that why it is given. Means whatever it is given, from that what you can get. For example, I tell you here they told D is the midpoint of BC. Now this means what? This means BD equals to DC. Now if I say BD equals to DC, that means I can replace BD with DC or I can replace DC with BD. I can also say BD equals to half of BC. I can also say DC equals to half of BC. I can also say BC equals to 2BD. Even I can also say BC equals to 2DC. So that means you can understand from D is the midpoint, so many conclusions we can put forward. So those will be used up for proving. And then you think about left hand side and then think about right hand side. And think about what is required. That means my left hand side is AC square, right hand side is AD square and CD square. That means in my proving sum, I require AC, I require AD and I require CD. So I have to connect them and automatically the proving will be done. So you can see in the left hand side it is given AC square. So first let's see what is AC square. We can say that AC square equals to AB square plus BC square. And then here you can understand we have to also find AD square because there is another AD square also. So I can say AD square is equal to AB square plus BD square. Now try to understand, we got AC square, we got AD square. Now what we have to prove? We have to prove AC square equals to AD square plus 3CD square. Try to understand, this also means AC square, this also means AC square minus AD square is equal to 3CD square. Same thing. So that means we have to get AC square, we have to get AD square. Now if I subtract them like this, then I can get AC square minus AD square here. Okay, AC square minus AD square, and then you can see this AB square and AB square is cancelled, and what we got? BC square minus BD square. Now try to understand. We already got AC square and AD square. These two part we got. Now the main thing is that we have to get 3CD square, right? Now we will use that D is the midpoint concept. I told you that I can replace BD with CD or CD with BD, or I can say BD is half of BC. So I can, if I use that BC square, now in place of BC square I can write 2CD. I can write 2CD whole square, right? And again in place of BD I can put CD, because BD equals to CD, because I require only CD, I don't require any other thing. So in place of BD now also I can put CD. So this is CD square. Now see what you are getting. 4CD square minus CD square. Finally what we got? 3CD square. So you can understand we got AC square minus AD square is equal to 3CD square, and therefore finally we can say AC square is equal to AD square plus 3CD square. Understand? And hence proved. Okay, understand? Okay, now see this one. Now they told D and E are the points on the side CA and CB respectively of a triangle ABC, right angle at C. So here also you have to again draw the diagram properly. They told right angle at C. Okay, so this is C. This will be A and this is B. So ABC is a triangle, right angle at C, and then they told D and E are the points on the sides CA and CB respectively. So in CA there is a point D, any point, so it's not necessary it is midpoint, so it can be any point, and E are the points on CB. So this is E. Now to prove this, so AE square plus BD square, so let us join that first. So AE square, so this is AE square plus BD square, so this is BD is equal to AB square plus DE square, so this is DE. Okay, so DE. Now we'll start with left hand side AE square, so this is AE square and this is BD square, and we will just add them. Okay, and then we should automatically get this part. Okay, so let's start with first AE square. We can say AE square is AC square, right? AC square plus EC square. Similarly, we can also say BD square. Now BD square is equal to CD square plus BC square. Now if I add them, because you can understand they are added here, A square plus BD square, so this is AE square plus BD square. So what we got? AE square plus BD square is equal to AC square plus EC square plus CD square plus BC square, right? So we have to always think about the right hand side. So how can we get the right hand side? Now right hand side we require AB square and DE square. Now try to understand, AB square actually means what? AB square actually means AC square plus BC square, and you can see they are present. AC square and BC square is also present. And DE square means what? Now DE square, you can see D square means DC square plus EC square, and you can see these two are also present. So you have to just arrange them properly. So now in the next step we can write this one as AC square plus BC square plus EC square plus CD square, right? Now in place of AC square plus BC square we can write AB square, and in place of EC square plus CD square we can write ED square. So now we can say this is our left hand side, so left hand side, and this we got as right hand side, and therefore hence it is proved. Okay, understand? Okay. Now in this sum they told ABC is a right angle triangle at B. So it's a right angle triangle at B. And D and E are the midpoints of the side BC and AB respectively. So D is the midpoint of BC and E is the midpoint of AB respectively. Now prove that AD square, so this is AD square plus CE square, so this is CE square, is equal to 5DE square, so this is DE square. So you can understand this is the midpoint, these are the midpoints. So again we can write AE equals to, we can replace AE equals to EB, we can say CD equals to DB, we can say AE is half of AB, EB is half of AB, AB is twice AE, AB is twice EB, and so many things, okay? So but we have to understand what we have to prove, AD square and CE square. So first let us find AD square. Now you can see AD square will be what? BD square plus AB square. BD square plus AB square, and then CE square. So CE square you can understand is BC square plus BE square. BC square plus BE square. Now if I add them again, we got AD square plus CE square is equal to, okay, I'm writing it here, don't have space here, so we are getting what? AD square plus CE square. Okay, so AD square plus CE square is equal to BD square plus AB square plus BC square plus BE square. Okay, now try to understand in the right hand side what you need. In the right hand side you need only DE square. So you can see DE square means what? DE square means BD square and EB square. So that means what? In this right hand side we just want BD square and BE square. You don't want any other thing. So you can understand this BD square is required, so I will keep it like this. This BE square is also required, I will keep it, but this AB square is not required. So AB square, now you can understand in place of AB I can put EB, means twice of EB, AB means twice of EB because he is the midpoint. So in place of this AB square, okay, first let's set and write AB square and BC square. So we have just settled them and then we will replace now. So BD square is required, BE square is also required. Now AB square and BC square is not required, we only require BD square and BE square. So we will replace AB with 2EB, 2BE in fact, 2BE whole square, and we'll replace BC with BD. So we can write BC means 2BD and whole square. You see what we are getting? BD square plus BE square plus 4BE square plus 4BD square, and 4BD square plus BD square we are getting 5BD square, and then 5BE square. Now we can take 5 common, so you got BD square plus BE square, and finally you can understand BD square plus BE square means okay DE square. So finally we can say it is 5 DE square. So this was our left hand side and this is our right hand side, and hence 2. Okay, understand? Okay, now in this sum they told ABC is an equilateral triangle of side 2A and find each of its altitude. In fact, find the length of each of its altitude. Now let this ABC be this equilateral triangle, and they have given each of its side as 2A. Okay, and we have to find each of its altitude. Now let, in fact, construction. Draw AD perpendicular to BC. That is, AD is an altitude. Now since it's an equilateral triangle, they told each of its altitude will be equal. Okay, the height will be equal because the sides are equal. Now in this triangle, first of all we can prove these two triangle congruent, and therefore we can say BD equals to DC, and that BD equals to DC will be A and A each because it is 2A. So first we have to prove that these two triangles are congruent. So we can start like this: in triangle ABD and triangle ACD, number 1, first of all we can say AB equals to AC. Since ABC is an equilateral triangle, similarly number 2 also we can say that angle ABD is equal to angle ACD. You know, it should be 60-60, but we know here also the reason is same. ABC is an equilateral triangle. And number 3 we can say that AD equals to AD, that's common. And therefore we can say that triangle ABD is congruent to triangle ACD, right? And our criteria is it will be ABC. In fact, I told this equal to this is common. Oh, I can also say angle ADB, okay, instead of this, because you know it should follow the certain criteria of congruency. So I can say angle ADB is equal to angle ADC is equal to 90 degrees. So that's by construction. And now we can say it is right angle, hypotenuse and sides with RHS criteria, that these two triangles are congruent. And now we can say therefore BD equals to DC, and that is CPCT. And now we can say hence BD is equal to DC will be equals to 2A by 2, and that each will be equals to A and A. And now we can apply Pythagoras theorem, and then we can get the height of AD. Now we can say in triangle ABD, AB square is equal to AD square plus BD square, right? So AB square means 2A square. AD we have to find AD square, and BD means A square. So finally we got 4A square minus A square is equal to AD square, and therefore AD square will be equal to 3A square. AD will be equals to root over 3A square. Okay, so we got AD as root 3A. Okay, understand? Okay, now in this sum they told ABC is a triangle in which AB equals to AC. So AB equals to AC, and D is a point on BC. Now D is a point on BC. So D is any point, say DB here, and then we have to prove AB square minus AD square. So AD square is equal to BD into DC. Now before that, first of all we have to draw a construction here, because we can't use Pythagoras theorem unless there is a right angle triangle, and you can understand this is an isosceles triangle. So first let's do the construction. We can do construction. Okay, say draw AM perpendicular to BC. So if I draw AM perpendicular to BC, now you can understand this is an isosceles triangle, and when I draw a perpendicular, then I can say BM equals to MC, because you know this AMB and AMC, these two triangles are congruent. So first of all we have to prove that congruent, so that we can prove that BM equals to MC, because that will be required. So we can say that in triangle, so in triangle ABM, so in triangle ABM, and triangle ACM, so number one, we can say that AB equals to AC, that is given. Number two, we can say again AM equals to AM, that is common. And number three, we can say that angle AMB is equal to angle AMC is equal to 90 degree, that's by construction. So therefore we can say that triangle ABM is congruent to triangle ACM, and the criteria is right angle, okay, 90 degree, hypotenuse, the hypotenuse are equal, so right angle, hypotenuse, and one side, so that's the common side. So RHS criteria, I can say that triangle ABM is congruent to triangle ACM, and therefore we can say that BM is equal to MC, so that is, you know, CP CT. Now what we have to prove? We have to prove AB square minus AD square. Now if I get AB square, So you can see AB square is AM square plus BM square. And again AD square. Now AD square is AM square plus DM square. Now if I subtract them, because we require AB square minus AD square, so this is AB square minus AD square. And then you can see AM square getting cancelled. We are getting BM square minus DM square. And then BM square minus DM square actually means BM minus DM. And BM plus DM. Because you can understand, whatever you have to prove, there you don't have any square. So we have to remove that square. So A square minus B square become A minus B, A plus B. Now slowly we will get that. Now you can see here BM minus DM. Clearly you can see BM minus DM means BD. So you got BD. So that BD is required. So we got BD. And now try to understand, here we have BM plus DM. Here you have BM plus DM. But BM plus DM you cannot make it anything. But in place of BM, you can put MC, because BM equals to MC. So in place of BM, if I put MC plus DM, okay, we can write, since BM equals to MC, CPCT. And now what we got, you can see BD, and MC plus DM, you can see MC plus DM becomes DC, and that's become DC. So simply this is left hand side and this is our right hand side, and hence proved. Okay, understand? Okay, now see this sum. ABC is a right angle triangle, right angle at C. So right angle at C, so that means this is right angle and this is ABC. Okay. If P is the length of the perpendicular from C to AB, so from C to AB the length of the perpendicular, so let this be the perpendicular, marking as D, and this is P, so that means this length is P to AB, and ABC have their usual meanings, and the usual meanings means, in a triangle ABC, generally the side opposite to C we take small c, the side opposite to A we take small a, side opposite to B we take small b, and generally we take the small c as hypotenuse. Okay, so that means it is always right angle at C. Okay. So therefore you can say, if I apply Pythagoras theorem, I can say that A square plus B square is equal to C square. Okay, so this is the usual meaning. So the side opposite to A is small a, side opposite to B is small b, side opposite to C, which is the hypotenuse, is small c. So that is, therefore they have usual meanings. Now then we have to prove first PC equals to AB. Means, in fact these are all small letter, okay, PC. So this P, C, A, B. Now for this we will use the concept of area. You see, first if I get the area of triangle ABC, now area of triangle ABC is equal to half into base into height. So you can understand, this is the base of the triangle and this is the height. So that means half into BC into AC. So that means half into A into B. So we got what? AB by 2. Okay, understand? Now see, again, area of triangle ABC, area of triangle ABC is also equals to half into this base into height. You can understand. So if you take this as a base, we will take this as a height. But if I take this as a base, then I will take this as a height. In both cases, in either case, the area will be same. So I can also say area of triangle ABC is equals to half into this AB and into CD. So that means half. AB means C and CD means P. So finally we got PC by 2. And now we can see equating 1 and 2. Now equating 1 and 2, we get what? AB by 2 is equal to PC by 2, and finally we got AB equals to PC, and that is what we have to prove. PC equals to AB, and hence proved. Understand? Now number 2. Now for number 2, we can use Pythagoras theorem. We can say that C square is equal to A square plus B square. That's Pythagoras theorem. But you can see whatever you have to prove, there C is missing. We have only P, A and B, and here what we have? P is missing. So in fact, in this equation, in this relation, we have to remove this C. So from here we can say that we know PC equals to AB, and we can simply say that C is equal to AB by P. Now if I put this value, putting in C square equals to A square plus B square. Now what we got? AB by P whole square is equal to A square plus B square. What we got? A square B square by P square is equal to A square plus B square. And now we can take this A square B square that side. So we can say 1 by P square, because you can understand we require 1 by P square, and that is equals to A square plus B square by A square B square. We got 1 by P square. We can split the LCM. We got A square by A square B square plus B square by A square B square. And finally we can say it is 1 by P square is equal to 1 by A square plus 1 by B square, and hence proved. Okay, understand? Okay, so I think after watching all these sums, you can understand, and then you can try by yourself some other sums. Okay, and you should also see some solved examples from your book, because you can understand this is the proving sums. They does not have any method. That is, you have to use your common sense and basic knowledge to do every sums. Every sum is different from each other, so you cannot learn these sums. You can just watch and understand these sums and just go through the solved example and then try to do the sums by yourself. Okay, so this is the end of Pythagoras theorem. Okay.